Hello friends, how are you doing today? My name is Mary and this is Happily Ever Esh. So today I'd like to share with you guys my reading goals for the rest of the year. And so it's kind of like a mid-year goal setting thing that I'm doing. I didn't do goals at the beginning of the year, but I just felt very overwhelmed with a lot of things. I talk about it a lot, but my husband and I recently moved and I started a new job, and the job is working in child welfare. And there's so many good and sweet parts of that job, but there's also a lot of really tough parts, parts that are super overwhelming, and just a lot of kind of getting into a new routine, seeing the work that I need to put in to do a good job, and there's just a lot of things with it, and I've been feeling overwhelmed and stressed and just like I don't have time to think about anything else. And I'm starting to feel like it's taking a little bit of a toll because I'm not letting myself rest and do things that I really want to do, because even when I'm not doing my job, I'm just thinking about it, and it's just very weighty. And so I thought that maybe making some goals for my reading, because it's been something that's been severely lacking, and I just came in here and like looked at my shelves and we're looking at all my books and just realized how much I missed sitting down and reading and doing that. And so I have been very slumpy and not reading a lot, and I think I'm missing that a lot, and I think it's partly contributing to some of the stress that I'm feeling because I'm not giving myself time to sit down and read, which I think is important because it's an integral part of who I am. And so I came up with a list of goals that I think will kind of just help me, some things to focus on, some things that I think are important, and I'm hoping that it'll just kind of give me a new perspective. So we'll see. So these are just some goals that I would like to do in the rest of 2017. So my first goal is that I am going kind of on a media fast. So this will be my last video that I post in August because I'm taking a little break from media in all its forms. I feel like I'm coming home and just totally zoning out and using media in a way that's not really positive. Not that it's bad to sit down and like have your time with social media. I don't think it's a bad thing at all, but for me, I've been noticing myself going more and more to that, and so the free time that I do have, I am using it just to consume in that way, and it's not, I don't think, been very helpful for me. So I'm going to try to take a little bit of a break. So if I don't reply to any comments this month, I will eventually get to them. I'm just taking a little break from social media just to kind of reevaluate and to just give myself a break. So I'm excited about it. I'm also kind of sad, like, because it is such a cool thing to get to come in and hear all of my lovely friends that I've made and just people talk on BookTube about their books. It's one of my favorite things. So it'll be a bittersweet thing to take this little break from social media. So that's my first goal. My second goal is to continue my book buying ban. It has gone wonderfully so far. I've absolutely loved going to the library. It's been such a fun and like relaxing thing to do. I love getting to browse the books and pick new ones out and take them home, and I've been absolutely loving it. And so I think I'm going to continue that and see if I can not buy a book for the rest of the year. So we'll see. I'm excited just to kind of challenge myself in this one. I think I can do it. So we'll see on that one. My next goal is that I want to complete 30 more books in the rest of the year. My goal for this year was 60. I think I'm right on track with that. So reading 30 more would be 5 more than I set for my original goal, but I think that's really attainable for me. And so that's just what I want to do. I want to read 30 more books. If I don't, it'll be fine, but that's my goal for the rest of the year. My next goal are a couple books that I'm really wanting to get to in the rest of the year, and these are ones that I've been talking about multiple times, wanting to get through, and said it in multiple videos. So I picked 3 because I thought that was super attainable, and they're ones that I've been saying all year that I want to read. So the first one of those is Sula by Toni Morrison. Toni Morrison is a very well-known modern classic author, and I just feel like I should have read her work by now. This is a short little guy. I've heard really good things about it, and I'm really excited to explore Toni Morrison. I have a ton of her books on my shelf, and so I think it's about time. I think this cover is really cool, and I'm really excited. This is about 2 friends who grew up in the same small town, and one of them I think stayed in that town and the other kind of goes off, and it's kind of the 2 girls women, coming back together and just seeing how their lives are different and what's changed, what's not, and it just sounds like a beautiful exploration of what it's like to be a woman, in particular a Black woman, and just friendship and small town. I'm excited for all of that. Next book I would like to read this fall probably is Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I've never read any du Maurier and I really want to. I know Krista over at Books and Jams reading group is doing that this month. I don't think I'm going to get to it this month, but definitely one that I'm going to get to in the fall. I've only heard good things about this, and it is about time that I get to Daphne du Maurier, so I'm excited about this one. And then the last one that I'm really hoping to get to is The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss. This one is a beast, but I am very excited for it. I really enjoyed the first fantasy novel. I read it this year. I think this will be a great one to read. I'm just excited to continue on with Kovo's story and just this world. And I think Rothfuss is a really excellent writer, and I'm excited about this guy. I'm excited about them all. So those are the 3 books that I am challenging myself to read, that I'm putting on my goals. I think it is totally attainable, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Next goal is kind of something that has come about with my new job and just this new stage in life, and that goal is that I would like to read 6 hours a week minimum. So kind of just giving myself a goal to meet, and to remind myself that reading is important. It's something that I want to do. It's something that helps me decompress and de-stress, and it's just something that I really identify with and is a part of me. And so that's just a goal to remember. I would like to read about an hour a day, and so that gives me a little bit of wiggle room. So I'm gonna maybe keep a chart like I'm a child with stickers or something, and that might be a fun little thing, and we'll see if that happens, or if that's realistic for me right now, or if that's something I even want to keep track of. But I think for at least these next couple months and trying to figure out what's going on with my reading, that is something I really want to do. So I'm not trying to like reward myself if I do this. This is more just something to remind myself to be intentional with my time and what I want to be doing with it. And then my last goal is to read more audiobooks, and which is kind of funny because I read a ton of audiobooks in the beginning of the year. A big part of that was my commute. I commuted 30 minutes to work and then 30 minutes back from work, so that was an hour of listening, and I loved it. And so I'm just, maybe it would be better to say that my goal is to figure out how to fit audiobooks into my life. I'm gonna try to start having one on when I put my makeup on and when I drink my coffee, which would be about 20 to 30 minutes, just that whole getting ready process. And I think that might be a good fill-in for my drive that I'm not doing anymore. And so we'll see, but I do miss listening to audiobooks, and I still am. I'm finding it much harder to get through them. Like I get 3/4 of the way through and then it's like, oh my gosh, it needs to go back. And that's like the saddest feeling ever, and then you have to wait in line again. And so I just to have a time to listen to audiobooks and to remember that that's something that I enjoy and just something that I want to be a priority. And I think in my getting ready time, that'll be a good time for some audiobook listening. So those are my goals for the rest of the year. I'll probably do a little check-in at the end to see how it's going. I'm feeling very lackluster in my reading, and I really think it is affecting my mood and just a lot of things. So I hope that these goals will kind of help motivate me and help remind me of just the importance of reading in my life. So I'd love to know if you guys ever feel this way. I mean, we all go through different seasons in life, and this is just a different season, and I'm definitely not ashamed of it. I just think that we could all, or at least I could use perspective sometimes, and this I think is going to help give me a better perspective. So how are you? What are you reading? What are you enjoying? How are you feeling with your reading right now? I would love to chat about it in September. Because I won't reply to comments, but I'm still going to read them when I come back from my little media break, and I just would love to know how you're doing. I hope that you guys have a great August, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.